And welcome, race fans, to another night here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. Tonight it will be 80 laps at Daytona here underneath the lights. And what a night it is going to be. There is lots of things going on, and I will run down through what's going on or what's at stake here very shortly. But before we get started doing that, let me bring in my co-host, Derek Sherman. How you doing tonight there, Derek?
Good. How you doing, Jimmy?
Oh, not too bad. Just, waiting for this race to get started here as these guys are out here practicing right now. And obviously a lot of pack racing, a lot of patience here tonight that needs to be had, and a lot of points, and, two fellow drivers out there, basically their the playoffs hopes are on the stake, on the line here tonight.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see what teams are going to work well with each other, who's, if we're going to get some green flag pit stops, and just to see how everyone's going to take the first 40 laps or so. So it's going to be interesting to see all the strategies that could play tonight, Jimmy.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies, and with 80 laps here at Daytona, it is a long time out there. Also, like I said, there's a bunch of things going on, and I'll go ahead and I'll bring up the first of many things going on, but it is the actual the standings here. And as you can tell by what's going on, we have 6 drivers that are in contention of eight that are still in contention here, and we will be losing 2 of those. And right now it's Jordan Kreider and Jeffrey Goodpasser on the bubble, below the cutoff line, and then you'll need very good finishes here to advance forward in the next few races that finish up the season. Also, we would like to pass along from Josh Kreider that tonight there's a dash for cash. Highest finisher that actually paid into their little pot gets a little payout, and that's always fun. And some interleague kind of betting on each other who's going to finish better. Also, we have between Josh Kreider and Brian Underwood, not only are they fighting for the championship, if one finishes in front of the other, they will also get a couple dollars as well. Also, another challenge between Jordan Hand and Landon Burbage. The highest finisher between those two will get a payoff as well. So a lot of good things going on here tonight, and right now the field is starting to get on the track for the qualification. As something's not a real big deal here at Daytona where you start, but maybe it will be a for that one sled or low slap sled, or just getting yourself in position, or maybe around your teammates.
And that's probably what it is. Or you can just say, I don't want to qualify. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to say yes and who's going to say no to qualifying. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess the most part, the biggest part is trying to get hooked up with your buddies, your teammates, and trying to stay out of trouble for the first, I believe the stage break's going to be at lap 30. So, trying to stay out of trouble until then. It's going to be interesting to just see how aggressive. It is a plate track. Everyone's going to want to lead laps because they're able to, everyone's the same speed. You get the draft. But there's the dash for cash that's going to play into that. Anytime money is involved, it's extra intense because money is involved. So, so that's going to be in play. Josh and Brian are battling it out for the bracket, and so is Landon, and I forgot who the other participant was. Jordan Hand are in it. So, it's going to be interesting. It's just because there's at least 4 drivers that are trying to win extra money even if they put in for the dash for cash. So, there's a lot at stake, and it's going to make it crazy, and I'm excited to see it.
It could end up being a crazy race, as we have quite a few drivers out here. So we got 8, 9, 10, 11. 22 drivers, and that's a pretty good sized field for people to get together on a Saturday night and, just enjoy this hobby here of iRacing and run these trucks around here at Daytona. And like we said, it is going to be a bunch of like this plate track. So anything can happen. The slightest mistake can make or break somebody's whole race tonight, or they can make or break somebody's championship hopes, down the pipes. So we'll see how the field runs out tonight. But right now, for the provisional poll, right now is going to be that number 77 right now of Brian Underwood.
Looks like we got our first comment of the night on the channel, and it's Mr. Wolfpack saying, "Let's go 24," which is a Dylan Carrier. So.
I always want to give a shout out to the fans out there. It's good to see you guys giving shout outs to your favorite drivers, and we'll go ahead and if you guys have any recommendations or if you want to see where your favorite driver's at in the pack, feel free to send a message there. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it and be able to show where they're at for you, as well as if you want to, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up, give these drivers and us the recognition that everybody deserves. And to just put them out there. So the qualifying time is about to end here. We are 14 drivers on the field. Brian Underwood with the provisional pole as of right now with 30 seconds remaining. Can any of the remaining drivers top Brian Underwood?
I was just thinking about this, Jimmy. Brian and Jordan are on the same team. They're running for the championship, trying to, and then they got the bracket, then they got the Dash for Cash. How is that going to work out? I mean, that's like me and you going out in a race and trying to win a race together, but who's going to get the money? Do they say, you know what, one of us is going to win it and we're just going to split the cash?
I mean, anything could come into play, and that's on those drivers how they want to split their funds and a little bit of extra cash on the side. But right now, I mean, it's not about that. You got to think of the big thing at the end of the day right now for most of these drivers is that championship, especially those top 8, especially those 2 that are at the bottom of the list here, as now the race is getting ready to get underway as they're getting ready to take the field. And we'll go ahead and clear that out, what their results were, and then we'll go down the qualifying results, and we'll show everybody as they're starting to hop in their cars. But on the pole tonight will be Brian Underwood. Along outside will be Jordan Kreider. Then in our second row will be Jordan Hand and Jeffrey Goodpaster. Third row, Marcus Cunningham and Forrest McMullen. And then 7th and 8th will be Daniel McCoy and Nathan Williams. 9th and 10th will be William Conley and Danny White. 11th and 12th will be Noah Blackwell and Matthew Wood. 13th and 14th will be Jaden Porter and Dylan Carrier. 15th and 16th, Farrell Robbins and Bryant Lucas. 17th will be Josh Kreider along with Steven Shue. And the rest of the field will be Nathan Brookover and Timothy Poe, and then Jeffrey Ledford pulling in that 21st spot here tonight. But before we let these drivers take the field here, I do have a slight message from their Grand Marshal.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Kreider, Grand Marshal for tonight's race. I'm so excited, I can't wait. I can't say anything. Start those engines. Let's go racing, guys. Let's have a great race. Be careful out there.
Grand Marshal just as excited as we are to see these drivers start these engines and get ready to take the field here tonight for 80 laps here at Daytona. The pace car peels off the track as the cars take the field. And the 77 will be out front.
And looking at it, Josh, obviously qualified 17th. He's in the back. Jimmy, that's going to, is that a strategy move? Or is that just something that, hey, I just don't want to be up in there and get wrecked and use my fast repair first 5 laps of the race.
Yeah, maybe he just, sometimes a driver, maybe they don't get the run that they want, and the qualifying was so close there. It's really not necessary, and anybody could be in any position here as, for tonight. It's really not going to matter too much where these drivers are starting from. But we are going to be out here for 80 laps around Daytona, so plenty of time. I hope these drivers are ready for their patience to be tested, and to be pretty much perfect the whole time, as minor mistakes can turn into major accidents. But the pace lights are off on the pace car as we come around here, as they are now coming out of 3 and 4, ready to come down that long front stretch.
It's going to be a nice long race. I believe the stage break is lap 30, and I'm going to be excited to see if we can get a nice green flag pit stop in there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'd love to see the green flag pit stops, but right now, before we get to those, we need to run this thing out of gas, and they're going to get on the loud pedal right now as Brian Underwood and Jordan Kreider lead the field down into turn 1 for tonight's 80-lap race here at Daytona.
It's going to be interesting, Jimmy, as you can see there, Brian Underwood and Jordan Hand working together. If they're going to see if they're going to go 3 wide early, how early they're going to push the issue, and or if they're just going to fall in line and run single file to count down some of these laps.
I mean, the smart thing to do would be just to hook up and just let things happen. Nobody's going to win this thing here on lap 1. Obviously, some of them might want to, especially maybe Brian Underwood as he's leading. But we do have 80 laps here, and we're getting ready to complete lap 1 incident-free. Pretty much 2 wide throughout the field, kind of mixed bag, a little bit of single file, some side-by-side action, some pushing going on. So these are, like I said, these drivers just need to be patient. There's no rush to get themselves out to the front of the field this early. This stage of the race, there's plenty of racing to go on. You got pit strategies that need to happen. When the 5 comes down, so Josh Kreider making moves early as he's already up to P number 11.
And Jordan Kreider jumping down in front of Brian Underwood. And the one of Jeffrey Goodpasture is on the outside, getting pushed by the number 25 William Connolly with this new paint scheme that he has tonight.
Yeah, and that'd be the Lightyear Motorsports. But Jeffrey Goodpasture and Jordan Kreider both need excellent finishes here tonight. And right now, they're both 1 and 2.
Brian Underwood's not giving up on anything as he's on that back bumper of that number 69 Subaru Viagra truck. Going in down the back stretch, giving him a push. Trying to keep him out in front. Try to probably get him that extra bonus point for the lap lead. As Jeffrey Goodpasture has a nice lead going into turn 3. Oh, this is going to be side by side for about 6 rows. That's interesting. Ooh, looks like we got some guys looking maybe to make it 3 wide, maybe.
Teams kind of staying together. You got Lightyear, the Lightyear trucks are in the back of the field, but they are in single file, and I'll move the cameras back here just a little bit. But that's with Farrell Robbins, Bryant Lucas, and Jeffrey Ledford all back there, just kind of staying together, knowing things can happen. That this is a very, very long race, and you can see they're single file, and one bad wreck could take them all out. But it looks like right in front of them is another pack there. You got the Canada pack. I think that's no. Let's say Forrest McMullen's also signed up with Lightyear's Gadgets Motorsports, but they got just like the red and the blue teams going on here. It's kind of cool to see the different teams kind of all mixed together, but all kind of hanging together as well, as the Lightyear is definitely got their product on the side of each and one of those vehicles. But back up front with Jordan Kreider leading here at lap 5 of 80. along with Jeffrey Goodpasser still fighting on the outside with William Conley and Jordan Kreider, Nathan Williams, Brian Underwood are in the top 5. Jordan Hand, Dylan Carrier, Marcus Cunningham, Josh Kreider, Daniel McCoy. That will be your top 10 currently.
Buddy. Some Dyson in the back a little bit between Josh and the 95 of Daniel McCoy.
Yeah, Jaden Porter enters pit lane. I'm not quite sure what happened there with Jaden as he decides to come down in the pits here on lap 6. So trying to go see what happened back here with as Forrest makes the pass as Jaden comes down in the pits. So unscheduled pit stop there for Jaden Porter. They are 3 wide up front. So much for patience, but right now looking, kind of that second row, third row back, you have the 25 outside with the 5 of Josh Kreider looking to make things happen, get to the front on the outside. So trying things early here as the 25 and 5 are looking to the extreme outside up against that wall. 13's coming up. So now they're 3 wide, 2 rows back. We're going to make it 3 rows back. A little dicey and for my taste this early on, Derek.
Yeah, right now you can throw a tissue on them and cover the first 9 spots. So, and William Conley's going to drop down all the way down. Oh, man, that's not what you want to see. Your buddy pushed you out to the front and you leave him. And it's going to hurt later in the race. But you know what? As you can see, lap traffic's coming up as Jaden Porter is about to get lapped by the field. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, he does the sportsman thing and drops it down to the bottom of the racetrack and lets everyone by. Josh Kreider's now stuck on the outside with no help. All that slicing and dicing, getting up to the front is now not paying off as he's going to probably drop. Oh, someone's being nice and letting them in. So now we're just 2 wide going down. He's going to say, you know what, I don't like being behind him, and I'm going to keep on going.
Sometimes you just feel good where you're at, and Josh is really trying to get there up towards the front. We're here on lap 8, and as long as the drivers are aware of where each other's at, and keep things going. But when you start pumping up real early in the race, it's like it's the slightest thing can happen, and it can take out a big portion of these drivers, but they're competitive and they want to be up front, and that's why you see things happen. You see Jeffrey Goodpasser. Jeffrey Goodpasser getting a little nudge there as he's starting to fall backwards. But he's able to hold on there as he looks like Josh and Jeffrey Goodpasser slightly touched, but was able to get picked back up there by his teammates that are hanging out in the back of the field.
Yeah, that could have been pretty disastrous for Mr. Jeffrey Goodpasser, but you know what? He made a good save, and they're continuing on. He just lost some time, but the first 2 rows are 3 wide, and who led that lap? Jordan Kreider got that, or Jordan Hand got that last lap. Whew. Don't know how, but this is where things can go terribly wrong.
There it goes. A little touch by the 77 back to 69. Almost getting a little dicey. Checks him up just a little bit. That's going to give Jordan Hand the edge on that outside to kind of squeak ahead. And you can see how fast they kind of collected that, that little mistake there. But that was definitely a mistake, not something they wanted. And you can see that 13 getting one heck of a run up behind the 77 in the middle lane. Can these drivers, keep this up for another 70 laps as we're getting ready to complete lap number 10?
Ooh, buddy. Jordan Hand dropping down. He's going to drop down all the way to the bottom. Oh, there's a wreck. It looks like, oh my gosh. How no caution came out yet.
Danny McCoy. Things are happening in the pack. I am surprised the caution has not flown as a few drivers are down on the track. We're gonna caution is now gonna come out, so we're gonna go back and take a look at what happened. It looked like maybe it started with Jeffrey Goodpasser, as we're gonna try to slow these things down. As you see the one getting loose down into who I can't say who that was. The number got messed up. That was the 95, and so then the 16 and get wrapped up as well. So the 95 would be Daniel McCoy. Matthew Wood as well being involved, and yeah. So those 3 drivers. So we got 3 people involved here in this race here on lap 10.
You know, Jeffrey Goodpasture gets a horrible shove. I don't know by what truck number that is, but unfortunately, Daniel McCoy and Matthew Wood just didn't have anywhere to go and get collected up in that. Hopefully their trucks are not too damaged where they don't have to take their fast repair. But I mean,
look like just a little bit of damage. Probably nothing that the drivers that can't come in and take some let their pit crews what's done, and hopefully that's enough to go here. But we're on lap 12 of 80. It's really kind of on these drivers to see what they're going to do here, as plenty of racing left. Only about, we got to go 18 more laps before the stage break, though, where some points will be dished out. So we'll see these drivers come down into pit lane this time around. And it does look like some will and some will not.
Jordan Hand trying to play the old trickaroo. I'm coming, but I'm not. He didn't fake no one out because no one came down except for the guys in the back, which is not a bad idea. Take some fuel and see where our tires are at. I think it's still kind of too early to tires really don't matter here. I mean, to be honest, let's be honest, it's plate track racing. It really doesn't matter. Your right sides might wear, but I mean, you don't need to take them right now. Even if you did take them, I don't think they're going to make too much of an advantage. But they get three extra sets of tires tonight, so it's not that bad. So I mean, I guess you could take them now. Take your first set now. So that way, I mean, go about every 20 laps, Jimmy. But I mean, I don't care. Tires here don't matter. I can burn them on the same set.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here that some of those drivers are going to be able to take advantage of are, is the 13 laps that have been, or 12 laps that have been completed. So, those drivers can stay out that much longer, whether they choose, they are fighting for the stage break. And, like we talked about a little bit earlier, it really doesn't matter when you start on a plate track. And you've seen that Josh Kreider started in the back and was as far up as third or fourth place before he got hung on the very outside out to dry and ended up falling back. But he was able to make his way up to the front very quickly and early on, as long as you got the little bit of luck on your side and some good runs, that you can really get up to the front. But right now, Jordan Hand's going to be in the lead with William Connolly, Marcus Cunningham, Brian Underwood, Jordan Kreider for the top 5, then Danny White, Dylan Carrier, Nathan Williams, Noah Blackwell, Steven Chu for your top 10. But the pace car is coming in, and Jordan Hand will get on the gas pedal as he's being pushed by that number 34 of Marcus Cunningham.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the guys in the back are going to take it and take the because the Rectors, trying to push each other. They're kind of fighting where they probably shouldn't have, but it is what it is. But as you can see, Brian Underwood is pushing William Connolly out front, and then you got the 34 of Marcus Cunningham pushing Jordan Hand, going down the backstretch, going in turn 4, turn 3. You look at that, Brian Underwood on that back bumper, glued like white on rice. Man, that's scary to see go all the way through that corner. I'll be on the radio. Brian, I can't handle it.
I mean, he's really giving a push though to that car from Brian's really pushing William Connolly out to the front there, and and that's what it's going to take towards the end. We drivers working together like that, but you can just see how close all four of them drivers are. You see the 34 getting on the apron just a little bit, and that could have spelt disaster, but it was able to maintain control and push that 34 truck up to the outside. But you see on the outside the 13 of Nathan Williams looking to that high side with the 88 of Noah Blackwell, wanting to get those trucks forward. I'm going to use that extreme high side, that third row. Oh, and the Rex 25 and the 77 get together. A little bit of colliding as they go through, as they continue to make their way down the start-finish line, as the yellow comes out again here on lap 16 of 80.
Oh, buddy. That was impressive on everyone else to avoid that. There's probably going to be some guys coming down to the pits to change their Sparko Depends there, and because they would be full right now. So I mean, I don't blame them. That was only 2 or 3 trucks involved. That's not bad. So it almost looked like he got a little bit of a push coming out of 4, and
I want to see. I kind of want to see what happened here and trying to figure out where the SDK really. There it was.
Oh.
We'll go into another camera here.
It looked like he got close, pulled off, and got probably loose or shoved up, and he just slid up the racetrack, and Brian just gave him a little love tap. Nothing that Brian could have really done differently, because he had trucks on his outside or behind him. Dylan Carrier.
Wow, that was close. And Dylan just missed that wall or what? But yeah, a lot of things going on there. The Unidonkey down cutting the grass, trying to not go down the pit lane, because if you get down the pit lane, iRacing will give you one of those black flags for pit road. So just kind of keep it in the grass as the caution flag is out. So things are going crazy here up front, as the competition is tough. You have the 77 of Brian Underwood in the pits, so a lot of drivers coming in and exiting as of right now. Put Jeffrey Goodpasser out to the front, along with Jeffrey Ledford, Steven Shue, Matthew Wood, Jordan Hand for your top 5. Timothy Poe up in there to 6th. Jordan Kreider, Marcus Cunningham, Farrell Robbins, Daniel McCoy for your top 10. Then back there, you got Bryant Lucas, Nathan Williams, Noah Blackwell, Jaden Porter, Josh Kreider, Forrest McMullen, Nathan Brookover, Dylan Carrier, and Brian Underwood, William Connolly, Danny White still in the pits, taking as much damage without using that fast repair, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. By the looks of it, William Connolly didn't take his fast repair. Neither did the 79 truck of
Danny White.
So, it didn't look like they got too much terrible damage. I bet you William Connolly got a little bit more damage than Brian Underwood, but at the same time, front end damage is not in the trucks is not something that you want to be playing with, Jimmy.
No, not here at Daytona, where
no.
You need every aerodynamic piece of truck you can get.
Right. I mean, hopefully they got it fixed and it's not going to be a problem, but they still got their fast repairs. So, if they do have a problem, they can come in. I know it's not ideal, but come and take that fast repair. Maybe go one lap down, hopefully catch a quick caution and not have to worry about it. But as you can see, Brian Underwood's coming back down to probably get some more fuel and get more repairs done to that truck, and hopefully get up to the front and lead some more laps. I mean, he's been pushing everyone, so he doesn't need to be the most aerodynamic. He just needs the horsepower to push. So
I think maybe the damage was done a little bit too much, as we've seen the fast repair take instant action there in that 77 as he pulls back out on the track to catch back up. The back up front with Jeffrey Goodpasser is going to, leading this race. He's out front where he needs to be, but can he be there in the next 62 laps when it counts to advance? And will he have enough points and spots in front of his competitors to make the next playoff window?
Just remember, Jimmy, that the last caution was involved with Mr. Jeffrey Goodpasser, and now he's leading the field. So that's how things can change quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much in some of these races, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck. There's some talent that is used for your plate track racing, obviously. Some teamwork and a little bit of luck will go a long ways here. But right now we are working on finishing lap 18 of 80, about to turn over to lap 19. So 62 laps remaining. Pace car is off. Lightyear team is out front and to lead the pack here, but Jeffrey Goodpasser will get on the green pedal, followed by the 85 of Steven Shu as we get going green here on start of lap 19.
Jeffrey Goodpasser getting a nice little shove by Jeffrey Ledford, and Steven Shu in third place as that high line of Matthew Wood, Timothy Poe, and Marcus Cunningham are in the 3 trucks so far outside, as they might have some help coming up. But Jeffrey Ledford's getting a nice push by those trucks behind him, and hopefully that Unidonkey, my favorite scheme, because
why not?
I mean, why not? It's cool. It's cool. It's colorful. It's bright. Oh, but Jeffrey Goodpasser's going to lead that lap there, and as that high line, that 29 truck's getting a little squirrely behind Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey Ledford there really trying to push Goodpasser as best as he can. Doing a little bit of weaving around there. Maybe he's maybe he needs to back off just a little bit, but trying to keep Jeffrey Goodpasser out front, keep them get those trucks going in single file as that bottom line is starting to take over. That outside line, I think, is back there with the 16 of Matthew Wood on that outside. He has a little help, so he's not alone. He's gonna drop down to the inside as well. So drivers are looking to go single file here on lap 20 of 80, as we still have 60 laps remaining as we just completed lap 20 here at the Daytona 80 with a Premium Stock Car Racing League.
I think everyone's starting to we had 2 quick cautions. Maybe we need to settle down a little bit and click down some laps. Ooh, that was a slicing move by Timothy Poe.
So
interesting to see.
Back there with Dylan Carrier, as he's had his bumps and bruises over the past few weeks, but currently sitting in that number 14th spot. So just kind of chilling back there, and he has plenty of race to make his way up to the front. And we've seen Dylan make his way to the front in many of these races, even some of the plate track races. But will that 24 Bass Pro Shops DJB Designs truck make it to the front for the end of the evening? Again, want to give a shout out again to all the fans out there, everybody that's watching. We really appreciate it. Obviously, just a little reminder to smash that thumbs up, hit the follow, like, subscribe, all them fancy buttons there, share with everybody, and let everybody see what your favorite driver is doing out there. But the 24 is currently in that 11th spot and moving forward as he's up 3 positions. Biggest mover of the race, though, has to go right now to our number 29 of Jeffrey Ledford, up 19 spots. So starting in the back, now up front, as doing really well, and you can see starting in the back doesn't really affect much as he has found himself on the front. But the 88, Noah Blackwell using that high side followed by that 24. So just talking about the 24 back there in 10th, 11th spot was currently, you know, all the way up there to that like 4th or 5th spot as the outside is kind of falling back just a little bit as that inside line is really strong at the moment. 29 kind of in the middle, hung out the drive, but the 88 looking to maybe come down, but will lose his train, so he's gonna 29 and the 4 almost get together just a little bit. 29 has to chase up the track just a little bit, but the 29 is gonna fall in line with the 4 as we come down the front stretch. Ooh, that was a close one, Dirk.
Yeah, no, man. There's a lot going on, Jimmy. A lot of unknowns. I don't know if Dylan was trying to side draft the 4, but it got really close. As you can see, the 20 jumped in the front of Noah Blackwell, and now they're going to probably start making their move up to the front. Are they going to stay together, work together? They're all teammates right there for Carrier Motorsports on that outside. Ooh, that 85 truck of the uniform. Ooh, that one truck supposed to get a little high. Ooh, shuffling up. It's getting dicey, Jimmy. It's getting real dicey up front. As you can see, those yellow placards on the front of those trucks indicating that they're in the playoffs. So you got 4 of the drivers up front in the top 6 spots. So definitely going to be dicey. As you can see, the 20 of Jordan Hand leading the race at the moment, coming side by side, going down the back stretch. You know, Jimmy, I know they're too wide up front, and they're kind of so 2 wide, 3 wide in the back. But I mean, it's in 2 laps, the guy in the last place could be leading the race.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take much to see. Let's see back here. It's William Conley. So we've already seen the 25 of William Conley up front. We've seen Josh Kreider up front, and they're just, these 2 drivers are just kind of hanging out in the back, letting things happen, being patient, as they know there's a lot more racing to go. You know, they back there could be just drafting a little bit. Maybe they plan on maybe not coming in after the stage break. But right now we're on lap 26 of 80, and if the stage break is at lap 30, we only have 5 more, well, about 4.5 laps here until that those results will come in and be the top 10. So that'll be getting points. So right now that's Jordan Hand, Noah Blackwell, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Dylan Carrier, Steven Chu, Jordan Kreider, Marcus Cunningham, Brian Underwood, Danny White, and Farrell Robbins are your top 10. So, you know, if any of these drivers in the back plan on getting any stage points, they're going to have to move their trucks up forward here with only 4 laps to go.
Yeah, you can start to see the everyone starting to close the gaps and start getting nose to tail. On the top line and in the bottom line, as you can see, Jordan Kreider is leading that top line because Noah Blackwell jumped down, and now Jeffrey Goodpasser looks like is going to jump up. Noah Blackwell is going to block him as Jordan Hand's going to get a nice little run down the backstretch. Maybe, got cut off by Noah Blackwell.
Yeah, the one was thinking about coming down, but the 20 closed that door. As the 88 is looking to get left out to dry, as he's going to get stuck in the middle. When the 20 takes the low side, Jordan Hand looking to take the lead here with the 85 of Steven Chu, Unidonkey, pushing that number 20. The 1 going to go ahead and push that 20, or 24 is going to push the 1 as they try to work their way to the front. So Dylan Carrier trying to get as many points as possible as he's pushing that 1 Jeffrey Goodpasser around.
I mean, that situation right there, Noah Blackwell stuck out, but he got some help. And then Jordan Kreider found out who his real friends were, and then got left out and hang dry on the outside. As you can see, that number 29 truck trying to go up high. He gets up to the back of Jeffrey Goodpasser. Now it's going to be 3 wide coming to the line.
29 is in the wall just a little bit.
That's just some Ross Chastain stuff there, Jimmy.
79 is going to cut him down the middle, though, as that 77 of Brian Underwood has moved up into that 4th position behind the 88 of Noah Blackwell. So, but Dylan Carrier has made his way to the front. We just talked about how he was sitting in that 12th position, now out here leading as we're on lap 29 of 80.
Yeah, Dylan Carrier's out front getting pushed by Jordan Hand, his future teammate next season. As he can see that he's running that paint on that Jordan Hand.
No, the 24 gets turned and into the wall he goes, locks it up in front right before the stage break here on lap 29. This would have been the white flag as they just crossed the start finish line as the caution comes out. A little bit of a mess that happened here right at the end of this green flag run for the stage break. And I see Josh Kreider was involved. Wow. It looks like just Josh maybe slowing down. I'm trying to see why it flagged Josh as being in an accident. He just locking it up.
Well, it's not over yet. That you can.
No, yeah, I mean, I have it slowed down here so we can kind of see what happened. You can see all the trucks kind of. Yeah, Josh definitely not wanting his truck to get involved in any of that. But so just, coming to a stop. Same thing with Nathan Brookover. We'll go ahead and play Nathan Brookover as well. You can see all those cars up front getting involved and sliding all over the field. See the 6 getting tagged in the rear, getting into the 95. Yeah, so just Josh and Nathan Brookover just locking it up, letting the accident happen in front of them. You see the 4 was involved, the 13 was involved. Plenty of trucks involved here late in that run. As like I said, it was coming down to the stage break, and I don't know if they're going to count that as a stage break or not. But everybody's coming down into this pit lanes right now. So led by Jordan Hand, Steven Chu, Marcus Cunningham, Danny White, Noah Blackwell, Jeffrey Ledford, Matthew Wood, Jaden Porter, William Connolly, Timothy Poe. The whole field coming down in the pit lane.
Yes. So taking a break for a minute, Mr. Jimmy. We're going to shoot back to the fans, and Barry is going for Matthew Wood tonight. TW is going for Nathan Williams. Ray Geiger is going for the 24, and Barry is always here, and says lots of time for Matthew to get up there. Hang in there, 16. Jennifer C says, good luck, Marcus. And Barry, the top 3 would be nice. Matthew looking good so far. As those are all the comments from our fans. And if you have more, please comment so we can get your driver support out there and give them some TV time.
Yeah, but it looks like right now Marcus Cunningham's going to take the lead currently in that number 34 over Steven Chu as things start to settle out here. I'm sure we'll see the lineup jockey around just a little bit as the caution laps unfold. The pit stops are getting completed. People are getting some extra gas, whatever it may be. But Derek, now I believe the stage break. I don't know if they're going to call that their stage break or not, since it was so late within this race. But right now, we have 50 laps remaining, Derek. So it's been a very interesting first part of the race, and really like to see who can come out on top after the completion of lap number 80.
And that's the thing, Jimmy. It's 30 laps. This is the first 30 laps, and I understand there's points on the line on lap 30, and it's kind of crazy on how that stage break broke, but it just tells you how serious everyone is. They're wanting to get those points, try to make that next round. But that's only the first 30. We got 50 laps, so that intensity is going to pick up by 2 coming into the next 50 laps. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how people are going to be aggressive, see what their strategy is going to be, see if they're going to play fuel strategy, or if they're going to let the laps run down. I'm really interested to see how everything's going to work out.
And it's really interesting and really important for Jordan Kreider and Jeffrey Goodpasture to have outstanding finishes tonight. And I'm hopefully we don't give them. I'm not giving him the broadcaster's curse by any means, but definitely rooting for the underdog tonight. As anything can happen, this is their chance and their time to make it into the playoffs. Maybe finish a little bit better and knock off the two that they're trying to take their spots for. But it's always fun to root for the underdog. Give them something to shoot for. But yeah, again, straight out. Good luck and thank you to all the fans out there, of course. But right now, out front, the number 34 of Marcus Cunningham with the 85 of Steven Chu.
Yeah, that Unified Donkey's been up front all night. The 85, it's been not as aggressive. He's just letting things handle. Let everyone else be the aggressive ones. So we can see how everyone's going to handle this. As Josh is looks like he's trying to stay far back from everyone. Maybe miss the next few wrecks if there is one. So. Pace car's down, and Marcus Cunningham's about to hit that loud pedal right now, and they're going to shoot to the line.
It's a 34 on the loud pedal, 85 on the inside. Going to get a push by the 29 at using that inside, but they're going to get going here on lap 33 of 80. Yes, they go down into turn number 1.
Is Marcus Cunningham the eat watermelon, Florida fresh watermelons?
Yes.
Awesome. Watch staying in it. Wish we could smash virtual watermelons.
He's probably not wanting to smash anything right now, as he is having a great run up front so far. But that number 34 using that high side with the 88 to keep himself up front. But lots and lots of racing to go. I'd really like to see these guys go a full tank and do some green flag pit stops and to see how they handle under that type of pressure, Derek.
Yeah, to be honest, they got a couple teammates working together here and there, but I mean, it's also been kind of crazy on how the wrecks have happened. Some bad pushes, unlucky stuff, but it happens. Plate tracks, but I like 3 wide or the green flag pit stops just as much as anyone else. So, I mean, it's especially when you're coming off 4, everyone comes. It's a fan of trucks going everywhere, and hopefully no one locks them up and takes out everyone going into pit stops. But I mean, sometimes it does happen, but it's a beautiful thing when they can all come in and have beautiful pit stops and make a run out and see how their strategy works out for them.
Yeah, you can see that outside line getting an excellent run out of 2 down the backstretch. But that inside line usually always has that initial push in the entry into 3, and then out 4. That's when the outside is going to get the run. So only 2 cars on the outside right now, the 88 and the 24, and they're going to have to use a little bit of that side drafting and to work those 2 trucks up. But the looks like the 79 of Danny White, 79 of Danny White is going to join them there, as he's going to have to do the same thing, use a little bit of side draft so he can catch up to the 24. So using a little bit of that double drafting going on, going to get a good run. You can see how he's pulling ever so quickly actually on the outside past the 34. Probably has the 24's draft nice and good right there. There's a little bit of side draft to the 16. Now he's going to be able to tuck up in with a 24, but with the 24 being behind the 88, you don't want to get too close. Because the pusher, you don't want to push the pusher. So usually the truck that's right behind that lead car is pushing the leader, and you just want to be back there to kind of keep things light. But it looks like 29 getting down off the apron just a little bit, but able to come back up under control there and keep things going behind that number 85.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Noah Blackwell's going to try to side draft Stephen Chu and Jeffrey Ledford to try to keep them from getting too much of an advantage so they can get a nice little push out of 3 and 4 and take the lead, hopefully. That's what they're thinking. But Jeffrey Ledford is on that rear bumper of the 85 Unidonkey truck of Stephen Chu. So they're coming down the line. It's going to be close. Stephen Chu's getting a big push from Jeffrey Ledford. Oh, Stephen Chu's going to lead lap as Noah Blackwell couldn't make it on the outside, but he's still battling on the outside with Stephen Chu and Dylan Kreider and Danny White for the top 3 on the outside. You know, Jimmy, it's nerve-wracking right now, especially after the couple cautions. I mean, Dylan Carrier was just in that last wreck, and he was leading that pack. Now he's back out front, pushing Noah Blackwell. You know, it's kind of, you know, he had to take a fast repair. This is obviously a little dicey to be up front pushing, fighting for the lead. But how do you feel, Jimmy? How do you? You know,
if you like that type of environment, that very close knit racing, and then it's like an adrenaline rush, you know, and you get up there and, you know, slightest mistake and that you're kind of gambling with in order to, you know, hopefully get up there and lead and maybe have a great finish. And there's plenty of racing left. We're almost at the halfway mark, not quite, almost, couple more laps. But these drivers are doing a fantastic job, you know, battling out, and, you know, taking a position here and there, trying different lines, seeing what works. And this could be all part of their plan, as, you know, I don't know if they've had any, you know, league practices throughout the week to race around each other. But, you know, this is something special. Plate track racing, like you talked about, there's a little bit of talent to it. You know, I mean, there's some talent to it, obviously. You get your truck up front, you know, so you know how to draft and how to push or how to be the guy being pushed. You know, there's all kinds of things that you need to learn, you know, because it's not as simple as just put the gas pedal to the floor and turn left. But so there's a lot of practicing that goes involved when it comes to running this close together, because you have to trust the people around you. You know, and if not, you know, you can find yourself, you know, a mistake made. You can take out a big portion of the field. But right now, Noah Blackwell out front. The 24 of Dylan Carrier was able to make it by the 85 as well, and they dropped down to the inside, leaving the 79 of Danny White up on that high side by himself with the number 13 of Nathan Williams. So 88 is going to be credited there with that lead of that lap led there on lap 40. So we're now at over the halfway mark, all down here hill from here. But Noah Blackwell, Dylan Carrier, Stephen Chu, Danny White, and Nathan Williams are your top 5. Then Jeffrey Ledford, Matthew Wood, Marcus Cunningham, Jaden Porter, William Connolly for your top 10. Jeffrey Goodpasser, Jordan Kreider, Bryant Lucas, Timothy Poe, Bryant Underwood for your top 15. Then Forrest McMullen, Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, Nathan Brookover, Earl Robbins. Nathan Brookover is your last truck on the lead lap. Then we've got Farrell Robbins and Daniel McCoy, both 1 lap down.
No.
They continue to battle up front here with the 88 and the 79. Danny White on that outside now, getting a push from the 13 of Nathan Williams.
Yes. As of right now, it looks like Brian Underwood, I think, yep, is beating out Josh Carter for the bracket.
Wow, what's going on back there?
Oh, did I miss something?
No, nothing missed. I just seen Josh Kreider like take a sharp left down off to the down below the apron on the backstretch there. I mean, he's in the back of the field, so nothing, nobody touched or anything, but almost like he took his eyes off the road there temporarily.
He looked down to go take a sip of water, Jimmy.
Very well possible. I cannot confirm or deny I have done that.
I've done it before, and I've had hit the wall, so you know. Well, I'm not as good as these guys are, so.
A lot of great racing. I mean, the big difference from last week to this week. Last week being where they were at the Glen, you know, making this truck turn left and right. Now it's put the pedal to the metal and run and nose the bumper around the track as fast as you can. And these guys are doing a pretty good job. You know, a few mistakes early on, but Noah Blackwell looking to that gap in between the 4 and the 79. And that one, that's one that always gets me. It always looks so tempting when you have two lines and that middle lane kind of like sways like water, and you want to drive through it. And it's just looking for that right way, the right time to do it.
And Nathan Williams and everyone behind him decided to go up and leave Stephen Shue and Jeffrey Ledford out to dry on the bottom. And Dylan Carrier is going to hop down in front of Noah Blackwell, and that's going to be able to create some push for the bottom lane, as Stephen Shue's probably going to end up still leading this race at the line. Get a nice push from Jeffrey Ledford as Nathan Williams and Danny White are on top.
Yeah, the driver's
on the
doing
top side.
This all, you know, sight to see, man. All these trucks running so close together for so long, and you know they keep it green. And you don't get that when you run officials a lot of time. You know, you try to join like a public lobby and just minimize your accidents. But definitely some good racing here.
You know, it does take a lot of talent for someone to be leading and to be able to block the high lane and the top lane. But I like how Stephen Shue is like, nope, I'm just going to worry about my bottom lane and let someone push me, because they got to push me because I'm on the bottom, so they can't go below me. So unless he gets hung out to dry, he's in the catbird seat. Now, when it comes to the end of the race, that's the worst spot I want to be in, Jimmy.
Yeah, right now they're just doing a good job. They got a lot of laps that need to basically tick off and just get around here and you know, finish these laps up and have a good race, and you know, themselves in a position where at the end of the race they can be up front. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you're riding around the back, Derek. When's the latest you want to make your move to the front?
I think you want to start picking your partner and going. If you have a partner to run with, you know, teammate or whatever, lap 10 is when you want to start moving up, see how fast you can get up there and making your moves. I mean, because you got 10 laps. But at the same time, it all depends on how everyone else is running. If it's still kind of semi-decent like they're running now, then lap 10. But if it's kind of dicey, I would probably wait till lap 5 to see if anything happens. You know, it's no one's going to give. Everyone wants to take when it comes down to 5 laps to go, so it's going to be real tough to make that move late. But and especially if you're in the backpack, so it's going to be hard to, you know, figure out how that's going to work out. Hopefully, you got a lot of friends.
And people that have quite a bit of friends out there right now is Team Lightyear. So it looks like they have almost 2 different teams with different paint schemes out there running around here tonight. But lots and lots of racing going on. 13 to the high side, going to kind of get left out. It's going to fall back just a little bit as they start dicing around up front just a little bit. Kind of switching positions out just a little bit. But Stephen Shue's out front in that 85, followed by the 29 of Jeffrey Ledford. Dylan Carrier in that P number 3 spot, followed by the 88 of Noah Blackwell. Marcus Cunningham followed up in P number 5. Then you have Danny White, William Crowley, Matthew Wood, Jeffrey Goodpasture, and Jaden Porter for your top 10.
I mean, if it comes down to a green flag pit stop, Team Lightyear has the numbers to where they can make it work. But on the other hand, everyone has to have a good entry, good exit, have to take the same amount of fuel, same amount of tire, you know, and well, I don't think tires really matter because the tank, you got to take a tank and a half. so of fuel. So, you know, that as long as they take the same amount of tires, I think they'd be all right. But they got the numbers to come in as a team and come out as a team and lead. And that's where things are going to really start to pick up, Jimmy, because you know, you can get spread out. Right now, we're one big group. Everyone's within striking distance of each other. Pit stops can really separate everything. So, coming out as a pack. So,
yeah, well, them not doing green flag pit stops here right now. You know, do they have the practice coming in together and pitting and getting back out together? Is because once those trucks separate, you become vulnerable. You know, when you're all out there by yourself, or if there's only two of you, you don't run as fast if you got 3, 4, 5 other trucks. So can these drivers make it to a green flag pit stop? Can they make it through a green flag pit stop? And can they work together? Your fastest driver out there by himself, it's still not going to be any good. So it's all about who is able to basically complete that pit stop together, and then that's when you find out whether you're on two teams or not, two different teams or not. Whether you're going to help each other, like stay in that position or move forward. You see a little bit of moving around a little bit here, just following, just on board on top of Brian Underwood's 77 as he's just running that low line. Plenty of racing to go as he's just kind of watching the field in front of him. And this is something I would do. This is the position I like to be in, bottom side bottom side of the track, only because I know that I'm gonna have to refuel again. And if you get to that high side, if you get stuck on that outside and you need to pit, you either need to fall back anyways, to find that gap, or hopefully somebody will let you down in if you have a teammate down on that bottom side. So the top side's a little bit of a gamble when you still need fuel.
And that's the other thing is if the bottom lane doesn't want to go in right now and the top lane says I need to go in now, they're going to have to either try to get in front but it almost looks like Team Lightyear's all getting up to the top side, starting to line up. Maybe it's getting close because they're, trying to figure out. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks up in a row, Jimmy.
Yeah, and you can see them moving to that top side, and it might just be trying to get the whole team together, to plan a pit stop, and that's a good amount of trucks to come down all at once. I believe they have 5 or 6 trucks. Oh, and there's an accident. So 16 goes around right after the start-finish line. Oh, and a bunch of the Lightyear trucks are going to go around there. So Brian Underwood is going to go ahead and... Oh! I thought he was going to make it through. So caution here on a lap 53 of 80. Which you're just talking about how...
Said choice words were made right there, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm sure plenty of choice words are being made at that time here on lap 53. But we're going to go ahead and looks like Josh Kreider was involved. We'll see what happened to Josh.
Timothy Poe.
Looks like he's just getting hard on the brakes again. Yeah. Oh, this is the right one. This is lap 53, right? Yeah. Yeah. So again, Josh just braking, like not even caring. Just like, I'm gonna stop right here, let everything happen. And that's a good call by Josh. It's better off to see where let everybody wreck the wall, and his truck is safe. But you can see the 16 and the 71. See the 71 Timothy Poe getting into the 6 of Bryant right there in front of, looks like the 12 and the 95. Oh, wow. These guys, Jeffrey Goodpasture, needing a good finish here tonight, goes for another ride. I see he has some damage. Looks like the 23 and the 25 are doing some spinning around up there as well. Wow, so many. There, I think we covered Timothy Poe. Timothy Poe was one of the ones involved. Yeah, 16 in the 71 going for a ride. 71 doing a couple 360s in front of the... So many people. Jordan Hand getting on the brakes hard.
It's just so hard.
William Conley. He was at 25. Oops. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Hung up on me for a second. But back live. Everybody is coming down in the pits here. You see a lot of drivers heading down into the pit lane here. Get fresh tires. You know, Derek, it might be to the point now, like maybe take a fresh tires and fuel, and they can maybe make it to the end of the race. I don't know. So we still have 25 or 26 laps remaining. I'm not quite sure what their window is for fuel and per lap here, but it's going to make things interesting. It looks like the 5 of Josh Kreider, after checking up to avoid all the incidents, now finds himself out front at number 5.
And I wonder if this is just going to be that strategy of staying out front, getting that one lap lead point, and then ducking down into the pit road and getting fresh tires and gas. I think there will be to the good if they can pit right here. I think because, well, I think roughly 30 laps is what they probably could get. So I think this would be good for now. If they pit now, I think they would be good. So
fuel might not be an issue here on after lap 55, as the pace car is out there. The 5 is out front. 5 deciding, I believe, electing to stay out. I will pull up the pit lap number so we can see when everybody pit. Yep. So Josh was the only one that decided to stay out. So 23 lap difference. So like I said, Josh might be out there just to try to get that point lead to add to his pool here. We got a few drivers still in the pits. Brian Underwood, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Bryant Lucas, and yes, I think you're right there, Derek, as the 5 decided to finally come in and take some service here, as a lot of the field is following them. So back in the pits, maybe to top off to the end. A lot of other drivers coming in.
Yes, sir.
And that looks like it's going to put the 79, or excuse me, the 85 and the 79 back out front. So Unidonkey trying to do the unicorn thing, be out front there with that green number 85, followed by the 79 of Jack Daniels and the 29 of Jeffrey Ledford. And those 3 drivers there, Derek, they all started pretty much towards the back. Steven Chu, this being there, and P number 1's up 17 spots. Danny White's up 8, and Jeffrey Ledford's up 18.
And I think the Steven Chu in the Unified Donkey Toyota, he's not doing anything crazy. He just, someone gets in front of him, he's going to push him. If he's out front, he's just leading the bottom line. He's not trying to do anything extra, not trying to be extra, just trying to run a clean race. And, sometimes it's so far it's worked out for him. I think it's going to, that wreck was behind him. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to play and all the guys behind him, because they've been content on pushing him. So, the pace lights are off on the pace car. So that Unified Donkey is going to bring us to the green flag. So,
and they're coming out of turn 4.
And Unified Donkey.
Unified Donkey. The green 85 looking for that green pedal, or them green lights, as they enter the Geico restart range, and he's going to get on the loud pedal, followed by the 29. That's 79 on that outside is going to duck down in behind those few trucks there as they get going here on lap 57. So those 3 are going to get a small breakaway. Then back in, followed by Forrest McMullen. The number 2, I thought he was at 12 for some reason. And then they got the 95 of who's the 95?
That would be. I wonder.
Danny McCoy.
Yeah, I don't know why he's scored in the 19th spot, but and he started up front, but
Okay.
it's
Weird.
the top three trucks have a nice gap, so that's going to work out for their benefit. If they can get Danny White back tucked under, they can stretch this lead out a little bit. Oh, that's going to be rough. But no, I would like to point out, Jimmy, that the top three trucks are not in the playoffs, and they're running 1, 2, 3. So these are a lot of good points. They're going to non-playoff drivers. So as you can see, Noah Blackwell and Dylan Harrier in the 4th and 5th spots, passing the 95 truck. So, and they're catching up to the top 3. So, everyone else, if they can just get in line and kind of go, they could probably, hopefully, check out from that second pack. But that was an interesting restart. It looked like the third truck didn't have a good start and checked up the rest of the field to allow those top 3 to get a nice little jump there, Jimmy.
Yeah, we can see how fast that gap disappeared, as these drivers are now pretty much a single file back throughout the field here. So I'll go ahead and I'll see. We can go to where do I want to go? Go back, see the chopper here, back behind Nathan Williams, and you can just see everybody's pretty much single file all the way back to William Conley, back to that 13th, where you have the 4 on the outside of Farrell Robbins, trying to make things happen, or maybe just can't get down to the inside right now. So just kind of hung out there to dry.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting. It's never fun being the only guy on the outside.
No, and like he's just not quite. I mean, he's staying, far enough away in case anybody, moves a little bit. But you see the 16 finally jumping out of Matthew Wood. Is that going to be enough? They can make that work. They got to go down there just a little bit, grab some of that side draft just a little bit, and those 2 trucks can kind of slowly, methodically move their way up past. You can see the 4 now making their way by the 14th, and people are going to finally start jumping in. You can see that run they're getting on the outside as they make their way up past the 2. Now working on the back bumper of, it looks like, Dylan Carrier. So now alongside, and the 79 Danny White's gonna come up. Oh, he comes down. That was a close one.
Noah Blackwell.
Oh, and Josh Creighton's gonna go around.
Oh
no! Josh Kreider getting spun down with the 71 of Timothy Poe. Let's go back and see what happened to Josh, as he's been just cut down in front of the 13 there, Nathan Williams, and it wasn't quite clear and ended up spinning around. That happened so fast. We'll slow this down just a little bit to show you what happened, but it looks like the 2, almost like he checked up, so he come down not quite clear of that 13. So the 5 getting spun out there in front. Gonna go for a little bit of a ride up in front of the 7. Getting tagged by the 71. So not a good look there for that number 5, as he's done such a great job here tonight, avoiding most of the accidents to the point where, coming to a complete stop, and then to have his night hooking up just a little bit there, as that 5 will need plenty of work. Hopefully he has that fast repair in order to get this 5 fixed. What is he doing?
I think he's trying not to have to.
Oh, he's trying not to get the black flag. He probably wasn't ready to, the pit road wasn't open, I bet you.
Nope.
The 5 changing his mind, staying out. Gonna go around one more time. as everybody up front is gathered up again. So here they come now, the leaders. Anybody to decide to stay out is now coming in, I'm sure. Maybe they were a little bit short on fuel, and this is what they need to make it the rest of the way.
Oh, Steven Shue overshot his pit stop. So that's probably going to allow him not to get the lead out. Hopefully he doesn't try to beat the 29 out. He's going to lose the lead to Noah Blackwell. Hopefully he didn't speed on pit roads trying to stay in front of the 29 truck. Who's that?
The 88 is Noah Blackwell. 29
the
is
29
Jeffrey Ledford.
Jeffrey Ledford.
Yep. But right now, Danny White in the 79 holding the lead currently over Farrell Robbins in that 4, where we've seen him he got away with one, I think. Right before that yellow came out, he come down and almost lost that 4. Right now the 79 is out in front with Farrell Robbins, Matthew Wood, Forrest McMullen, Jaden Porter, Noah Blackwell, Steven Shue, Jeffrey Ledford, and Marcus Cunningham and Dylan Carrier for your top 10. We have 18 drivers on the lead lap. Jeffrey Goodpasser, the first driver not on the lead lap. He's 2 laps down. Brian Underwood is 4 laps down. And Bryant Lucas is 8 laps down. So with Josh Kreider, matter of fact, we just go back and check on Josh Kreider, because I know Josh and Brian were in a own little battle for themselves, and it does look like Josh was able to have that fast repairs. That 5 looks like it's a new, but definitely has a 4 lap advantage over Brian Underwood. So maybe one reason Josh will be taking advantage of his position currently, but he can make out really big tonight with Brian Underwood being many laps down. If he can get that 5 up in the front, it'd be very close to be even taking over the points lead from Brian Underwood, as Brian has been very competitive on pretty much every single track. Last week was one of his worst race tracks that when we talked to him, and he managed finishing on the podium. So it was a good race for Brian Underwood. But right now, up front, the person that might want to win tonight, I'm sure we might have maybe a first-time winner here, as plate track racing is, anybody can win. Is Danny White in that 79, Farrell Robbins in that number 4, and Matthew Wood in the 16th. 16 truck looking to get away with a win here. Pace lights are off on the pace car as they exit turn number 2.
Yeah, Jeffrey Goodpasser and Josh Kreider are needing a big race there. I believe Jordan Kreider's only 9 points behind Nathan Williams, and they're both pretty much nose to tail right now. So, Josh Kreider Jordan Kreider went above Nathan Williams, so he's going to have a couple points advantage on that. With Brian being a couple laps down, this is Josh Kreider, Jordan Hand, and Dylan Carrier's chance to catch up in the points and put Brian down a little bit lower. But,
Jordan Hand and Josh Kreider are both tied for that second spot right now in the points, and as things are selling out right now, Brian Underwood is definitely not having the race that he wants. He's back there in that 20th position, 4 laps down, but anything can happen. And we're at lap 64 of 80. A few more laps, and he'll be the truck here on the looking to get his laps back. But let's set the 25. Getting a bad start. Woo! That was a close one there by the 25, getting a bad start, spinning the tires, getting a little bit loose, but being able to collect it there on that restart.
Yeah, that's looked like the chain of reaction of whatever happened in front, because as he got some damage to that front of that truck and that rear of that truck. It's not going to make that truck very happy right now. But he did a good job of saving that truck and keep on going.
The front of the race, front of this pack looking a little dicey, and Josh Kreider wanting to get that 5 up to the front, so they're going to go 3 wide here with a 20 of Jordan Hand, Josh Kreider, 24 Dylan Carrier on that outside. Looks like a Brian Underwood going to try to get some one of his laps back the hard way. Going to push that 77 up front. But it looks like the 5 is thinking a little bit more long term here. He's going to pump. Oh, another truck. The 34 goes around and up against the wall. So Marcus Cunningham up against the wall, keeps it up there. Everybody, it looks like, is going to get around him. So only the 34 being involved here. Caution lap is out. So Jeffrey Goodpaster should, unless he was involved, should get one of those laps back. But we'll go ahead and get a replay here. And it already happened. Oh no! Oops! Stop. Rewind.
SDK got it premature.
Yeah, he's not always the favorite. So stop, and then play. You see the 34 here, Marcus. See what happened to him here. Gets down on that yellow line. Pretty wide. Looks like everything was going good there.
I think the 23 got into the wall, came down, hit that 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, maybe a little bit of net code there. 4 got into the 34.
Not what you want to see, but yeah, 23 down in the 4, 4 down in the 34. And you get the 2 tapping the 34 right there in front of Dylan Carrier. But the 34 able to keep that truck up on that high side, allowing everybody to get by. So, unfortunate break there for Marcus Cunningham in that 34. Hopefully he still has his fast repair in the bag here as caution flies on lap 67 of 80.
Oh,
Plenty of action being had. 85 faking some of the drivers out, or trying to anyways.
yeah. Never going to happen.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's almost mute, especially if you have enough fuel. Unless you don't run any overlays, and most drivers these days have some sort of overlay, even if you're using just the black box that iRacing supplies. Give you a good idea of how many laps remaining you have in the tank. So again, here on lap 68 of 80, Stephen Chu out front over Jeffrey Ledford, Matthew Wood, Danny White, Forrest McMullen, Noah Blackwell, Jordan Hand, Dylan Carrier, Farrell Robbins, and Jordan Kreider. Josh Kreider back there in P11, William Connolly, Timothy Poe, Daniel McCoy, Marcus Cunningham, Nathan Williams, Jaden Porter, Nathan Brookover, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Brian Underwood, and Bryant Lucas. So again, why we are under caution, the lights are still on the pace car. Go ahead and show the standings again of the top 8 and where everybody is kind of, where's your drivers at now, that your playoff drivers. So you got Brian Underwood, he's 4 laps down. Then you have Josh Kreider sitting in P and number 10. Jordan Hand is in P number 6. Dylan Carrier, where is Dylan? Blind, I think so. Where's he at? He's in 7th. William Conley in the 25, he's in 11th. And then you have Jordan Kreider, the first driver on the bubble, that needs to finish better than Nathan Williams. And they are separated by 9 points. I'm not quite sure on the points per position, but Jordan needs to make his way in front of Nathan Williams, and right now he has a 6th spot. So it looks like currently, I believe Jordan Kreider would push Nathan Williams out. So we will see how things turn out as this race unfolds. But right now we're on lap 69 of 80. The lights are off on the pace car. And we will get around here one more time. And so 69 laps will be completed, and we will be starting lap number 70. Stephen Shu looking for that win here tonight with Jeffrey Ledford, Matthew Wood, and Danny White. No, Derek, I was I've started ever since after I had to. I kind of took a small break from racing for a while, and we've been getting out on the track a little more often, and you know, I find myself having some pretty decent pace, but you know, I've lost the I guess the ability to, not lost it, but still relearning the ability to be consistent for a long period of time, and I find myself taking myself out, making like mental mistakes or, you know, small mistakes on the track, just kind of losing focus. So, but right now, you know, we have a special event coming up in next week. For any of them road racers out there, you got a 8-hour event at Fuji. So I've been doing a little bit of practice out there. Looking forward to maybe hopping in the car with yourself and seeing what we can do and how we can finish.
Yes, Jimmy, it's been a hot minute since the last time I've been in a GT3 car, so I got to put some major practice in the next, you know, 8 to 10 days, well, 8 days, or 6 days really now, because we're going to probably do the Friday night one.
Yeah, we can only do about Friday or Saturday morning. That's my only two options, but yeah, hopefully just Friday night we get a good run, good start, but you know, these drivers want to get a good finish here. Stephen Shu is following this pace car. Pace car lights are off. They're in the Geico restart range, and Stephen Shu is going to get on the gas pedal there, get out to a decent start. Over to 29 is going to go ahead and drop down below, behind the 85, and again try to shoot out to that nice little lead they had. But it looks like the 79 is going to stay to the high side and use the side draft. So they're not going to get out to quite a big of a jump as last time, but still, still off to a decent start here. A little better start than last restart from the field.
Yeah, it definitely a lot better. There's no chain reaction, no nothing like that. But I will like to say I did, while I was being super quiet and you were taking the lead on everything, I was looking up the points, and it looks like to be 1 point per position after the top 3. So it looks like Jordan Cryer is going to have to get to 10 spots to beat out Nathan Williams, and that's not including any stage points they may have accumulated tonight. So hopefully Jordan Cryer got some bonus points for that, which would make it easier for him to pass Nathan Williams in the standing.
Ooh, a 79 coming up in front of Jordan Hand. That was a close one there, but it's going to slow up to 20. But hopefully being able to grab that outside chain, you know, and you know, when you make those moves, just like what Danny White did there, pulling up in front of Jordan Hand, you know, us here viewing it, it's like, whoa, that was close. But you know, when you decide to make a move, you just commit, and you got it. You got trucks going around in the back of the field, and it looks like maybe Jordan Cryer was involved.
Jordan Cryer and Nathan Williams were in that.
Are you serious? Oh my goodness.
The patch repair on hand, Jimmy.
Oh no. Oh no. Caution flying again here on lap 72. That's the 13 there of Nathan Williams. Accident has already happened. Yeah, right here. Oh, finally, the SDK finally decides to bring it up. Nope. Come on. Well, we're gonna go ahead and rewind this, folks. Do it the old-fashioned way. Manually, and we'll change views here. See what happened. You have Nathan Williams in the middle, 3 wide, outside of Jordan Cryer. Oh, Nathan Williams goes high. Timothy Poe tags his right rear. The 34 comes down to avoid him, so Marcus is gonna tag the 69, try to avoid him. Ooh!
Oh, and God! Oh no!
77, Brian Underwood is gonna get tagged in that one as well. So a few trucks being involved, but two of the ones involved and with the points on the line is at 13 and 69. The tough break for Jordan Kreider and Nathan Williams. So hopefully those two drivers maybe have a fast repair. Maybe they don't. Only fate will have it in their hands of how they finished here tonight. But Steven Shu and Danny White doing a heck of a job staying out front, avoiding all the trouble as everything has happened behind him, behind them.
Yes. As you can see, those three trucks are still up front and have no playoff banner, and that means they're not in the playoffs. They're just trying to get a win and spoil someone's night. Which they're doing a fabulous job of doing that. I mean, running their race, staying up front, avoiding the wrecks. So you got Matthew Wood up in the top 5. Jordan Hand in 4th, trying to stay out of trouble. Now look behind Matthew Wood. There's that number 5 truck of Josh Kreider, making his way back up to the 6th spot. You know, definitely going to be interesting to see how the last. I think we're going to have probably 5 laps to go by the time we go green. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. This might actually work out for Jeffrey Goodpaster, as he's the last car on the lead lap coming out of the pit. So he's I
believe Jeffrey has made it back to the lead lap. So he was 2 laps down, and he's now back on the lead lap, sitting in that P number 16. But you know, if Nathan Williams and Jordan Kreider, you know, have too much damage to their trucks, then you know this could be where Jeffrey Goodpaster might be able to take advantage of that, work his way out back up front, because there is time. There's still plenty of time to go to the back to the front by the time this pace, the lights go off on this pace car. But obviously, you know that everybody in front of you is going to be trying to win this thing, as you know, we have plenty of things that we said that were on the kind of docket tonight. You know, you had a slight dash for cash, which was just an internal, like, hey, I bet I can finish better than you tonight, and then whoever gets the best finish, who's put into that pot, will win the pot. Then you have a battle between Brian Underwood and Josh Kreider, and then you have another battle between Jordan Hand and
Jeffrey Ledford.
And right now, Jeffrey Ledford's in P number 2 with Jordan Hand in P number 4.
Well, I mean, unfortunately for Brian Underwood, I don't think he's going to beat Josh Kreider, because we have 6 laps to go. And
actually, it's not. Excuse me, it's not Jeffrey Ledford. It's Landon Burbridge, and Landon Burbridge is not here tonight.
Well,
an easy win there for Jordan Hand.
Yeah, he just had to start the race, and unfortunately for Brian Underwood, he's 5 laps down and we're coming to 5 laps to go. So, as those pace lights are off on the pace car, so Steven Shu's going to have the opportunity to hit that loud pedal one more time and bring this field to the green. So This is going to be interesting. A 5-lap shootout. Are they going to be able to keep it clean for the last 5 laps, Jimmy?
As highly as competitive as these drivers are, we're going to see some slicing and dicing and some risky moves to try to win it for the biscuit, if you want to say it that way, or whatever they can do to try to get the win. But the flag is green. Barney is waving the green flag. They're going to get a pretty decent start. It looks, you see the 34 getting a really good start there, kind of tapping Noah Blackwell, give him a little bump to catch him up for the rest of the field, but too wide all the way back to P number 11. You see, the 88 Noah Blackwell. Look, he wants to go to that outside. He wants the option of maybe going to that third line, trying to make their way around. You can see them going 3 wide up front. So I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras here to see everybody kind of fan out as it looks like Jordan Hand and the 5 of Joshua Kreider are going to make their way by the... Who is that with there? Was it the 79? Yeah, the 79 of Danny White.
The 85 of Steven Shoes still leading. Get a nice big push from Jeffrey Ledford. They have been working all night tonight, Jimmy. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jeffrey Ledford's just going to push Steven Shoe to the win. But we got 4 laps to go, and it's starting to get a little dicey up at the front. As you can see, the Jordan Hand on the outside getting pushed by Josh Kreider, and they're coming into turn 1, going into turn 2, side by side. Jordan Hand's trying to get some side drive off the 85 of Steven Shoe heading down the backstretch.
And this is where people obviously you want to get to the front, you want to try to win this thing, but if you're in a situation where you can't move, you just have to be patient, just to kind of let fate hold its hands. As the 85 is getting a great push there by 29. The 29 of Jeffrey Ledford might just be in that position right now. I'm going to keep working with this 85. It's been decent here, and if I can get on that podium here tonight doing this, that is just as it's almost like getting the win, because you're pushing that guy in front of you, and it's because of the 29 giving the great pushes to the 85, which would allow him to get that great finish. But you have the same thing going on and outside between the 20 and the 5. And now you got the 25 up in there. You got the 88 looking to ruin things as well. You got the 16. Gets a little push. He gets down below the apron. Oh, the 25 comes down off the apron. And the 29 is going to go for a ride. It looks like he's going to be able to keep it off the wall as Josh Kreider goes spinning there here late on lap 77. Caution flag has still not flown. The drivers were pushed down onto the infield, and the caution flag will now fly as we are now lap 77 of 80. So late caution here has come out. This will take it down to a green-white checker here. And you see the 85. I don't know if I need to slow that down and change camera angles, because he just kind of looks like he got hooked. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch to Chase. And I'm going to slow this down to see what happens.
He just was not clear.
Not quite clear of William Conley. It's going to get pushed down in front of Wood. And he is going to go for a ride.
I mean, luckily he didn't really hit nothing, so him and the 29 are pretty lucky. Minimal damage. Till no damage on those trucks, just some grass clumps stuck in some spots where you don't want them, but it is what it is. You got a green-white checker, so maybe they can have something for this, make it up and get a decent finishing spot.
And Josh Kreider using that momentum of the truck to get that thing turned around and going back forward, and definitely not what Josh was looking for, as he's really trying to take a major advantage of getting a lot of points picked up on Brian Underwood. But Brian Underwood, obviously going to lose their little bracket battle that they have going on. So Josh Kreider being able to at least stay on the lead lap and keep that truck going will win that bracket battle that they have going on between those two individuals. But right now, looking to have maybe some new people up in the podium. Steven Shoe, William Conley, Jordan Hand has been up here a few times. William Conley, I believe we talked to as well, but we definitely a lot of drivers up there looking to get a great finish here tonight at Daytona. We're going to go into overtime, as right now the lights are still on. We're about to complete, well, this is lap 79. The next lap would have been the white flag, but we will go to a green-white checker. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Derek, we will have I think they had 2, right? 2 or 3?
3 green-white caution. Green-white checkers.
Green-white cautions. Yeah, we can do green-white cautions. I mean, the way that they're going at this point, I mean, you never know. I mean, the competition between the drivers is like no other, and the drivers are out here just trying to get the best finish they can. And plate track racing is what it is. I mean, you're close to each other, and you're trying to make something happen, and you see a little gap, and you make it. You try to squeeze through, and you're not quite clear. And I guess the biggest thing is, the only way to really kind of battle that, I think, would be to maybe have a live spotter, but not everybody has the opportunity to have somebody that actually owns iRacing that come out and watch their driver or watch their friend and spot for them live. And it really does pay off big dividends when you do have a good friend or somebody that also owns iRacing that come out and kind of hang out and be like your crew chief and spot for you and let you know when you're clear, and where when you should come in for fuel, and stuff like that. It really does make a big difference having that teammate out there, or like in your cockpit, in your ear.
Well, I would like to everyone to know Jimmy is not only a great broadcaster, he is also a great crew chief and spotter, because I know he's done very well for me when I've raced in some big races this year, in the past couple of years. So he has made some right decisions, and even kept me under control when I've gotten some bad situations.
We won't talk about some of these situations.
We won't talk about Long Beach, okay?
Yeah, we'll leave Long Beach as iRacing authorities had, I guess, something to say to that, or at least give you a warning. But right now, the people out here are trying to finish this thing up, trying not to get into any trouble, and been doing a great job so far. Can they make it 2 more laps here, as we're going to go into overtime for a green, a white checker? So all they need to do is make 2 more laps, and Derek, it takes 1 lap for these trucks to basically get up to speed.
Yeah, and and unfortunately, the 85 of the Unified Donkey of Steven Shue has been doing a great job tonight. And unfortunately, in my personal experience, he's a sitting duck, because he doesn't have his buddy, the 29 truck of Jeffrey Ledford.
As we were talking about. What's going on?
They check up and just end up destroying each other. I don't know how it happened, but it did. I wonder if they're going to delay the caution.
That would be an admin call there to delay it, as as a few drivers in the back of the field are trying to catch back up.
The 85 truck is sitting duck because he does not have his buddy, the 29, and Jordan Hand's going to be real hungry on that.
Well, the 20 of Jordan Hand might just be if he's blocked in. Jordan's done it before, and he'll push. Like I think he'll play the safer move. I don't think he's going to push something that's not there. I'm sure he'll try to take the lead if he can. You can see some people trying to use that high side, but you can see that 20 going to go ahead and push that 85. Ooh, an 88. And 12 get together. A 5 is going down low. I hear some wrecking in the back. Oh, they're all over the place. Caution is out again. The 85 is just chewing on the tracks here. Like, come on, I just want to finish. So we're gonna go back and see what happened, Derek. I mean, it started before the green flag even flew. Oops. You see right there. A lot of people getting involved, and that was Nathan Brookover's incident. See Daniel McCoy as well.
The 13 of Nathan Williams. Oh no! Josh Cutter just scraping by. And so is Jeffrey Goodpasser. Oh my.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Jeffrey Ledford was involved in that as well. Like, the 29, just nowhere to go. Oh my goodness.
This end of this race has went from bad to worse for Nathan Williams right now, as he probably doesn't have his fast repair no more, but he is sitting at 11th, so hopefully maybe he can hang on and keep that last spot for the playoffs. I believe I got the...
Well, Jordan Kreider is, and and Nathan Williams are battling. So they're like, and they're towards the back, and they need to finish.
I mean, Jeffrey Goodpaster's only 14 points out. He's only 5 points behind Jordan Kreider. So
yeah, and he's sitting at P number 10 right now, or 11.
Right.
Nathan Williams is gonna have to go down the pit, I'm sure. He's probably got some damage to that number 13. Maybe. Let's see if the 13 has a fast repair. Let's see if that truck gets repaired instantly, or if it does not.
I think he had to use it on the last one.
Yeah, it's
be honest.
So he's in there letting the crew just do as much repair to it as possible as the field is heading down into turn 1. And there's quite a bit of time that you can allow the crew to work on your vehicle to get repairs done here at Daytona, or any super speedway for that matter. As you can, the lights are on, so the pace car's got to go around one more time, so you can pretty much let them work on your truck all the way until after the field gets into turn 4, before you start wanting to leave, and maybe be able to come back in a second time and grab just a little bit more time to get the trucks repaired. But Steven Shu still out front in that unidonkey, trying to make things happen here tonight. But he's keeps changing hands on who's actually going to push him. So right now they got the 85 to 20 and Danny White of the 79. Marcus Cunningham in the 34. Matthew Wood is up there in P number 5. William Conley in that number 25, having a decent run right now. Dylan Carrier sitting in P number 7. Noah Blackwell is in P number 8. Josh Kreider is in 9th. Jeffrey Goodpaster has made his way back up to P number 10 after being a few laps down. You got Jordan Kreider, Jeffrey Ledford, and Forrest McMullen for your top 13. And then everybody else, Nathan Williams just came out of the pits. Oh, there's some serious damage to that 13, Derek. I think at this point, the 13 just wants to finish.
Well, I mean, there's 16 trucks or 15 trucks on the lead lap. So that means as long as he doesn't go a lap down, Jordan Kreider's going to have to finish 9 spots ahead of him at least, or 10 spots ahead of him, and that's not including any bonus points they might have gotten in the stage points. So, which would mean that Jordan would probably have to finish 6th to get that. And then for Jeffrey Ledford or Jeffrey Goodpaster, that means he's going to have to at least finish in the top 3 to get.
Definitely an interesting one here, as Matt is becoming into a big play, and I don't have all the numbers at the end of my fingertips, and you'll have to visit the Premium Stock Car Racing League's Discord. Or ask them to post and share the standings for you to see where your driver, as will us up here in the booth, probably will not find out until later on in the evening after the broadcast is over. But right now we're trying to end the evening at Daytona here. The lights are off in the pace car. The 85 is Steven Shu looking to get a victory here tonight over Jordan Hand, Danny White, Marcus Cunningham, and Matthew Wood.
Well, let's just hope we don't have to use that last green-white checkered. The 85 of Steven Shu has been amazing on these restarts, and hopefully he can get that 85 Unidonkey truck into victory lane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up to the blip view, back it up just a little bit so we can see everything that's going on the best we can. Matter of fact, I'm even going to shut down because everybody can see how close everybody is. We're just going to shut it down and just leave the names of the drivers up there right now. I'll leave the numbers up there because that helps us identify who's doing what. The 85 is on the green pedal, down to the inside. Not a great start there, as the 79 is going to have to check up just a little bit, but give that 85 a push. The 20 and the 34 are kind of by themselves, so they're not going to go anywhere as well. And the bottom line is about as close as you can get, as they are nose the bumper all the way back to Josh Kreider.
All they have to do, Jimmy, is get to that start-finish line, and the race will be final. So they're coming down the backstretch, headed into turn 3, and the 85 Unidonkey's out front, getting pushed by Danny White. Jordan Hand is on the outside. The 34, Dylan Carrier gets a little loose, gets a little squirrely, that pushes into the 34. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Can they make it to no, they're wrecking. Caution is out, I believe, right before the start-finish line.
Oh, God, Steven Shue still keeps the lead.
This one here is going to be with Noah Blackwell, Jeffrey Goodpasser, back there about mid-pack, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened with Noah Blackwell. You can see, just catch it just a little bit. Hold on, stop. All right, play. See Jeffrey Ledford tagging the 88 of Noah Blackwell on that right rear corner, spinning him around. The 29 is going to come down and get into the 1 right in front of the 71 or 7. So down around they go. So unfortunate there by a few of those drivers. Nathan Brookover in the 7 going for a little bit of a ride. Very, very tight racing here at the end of the race, or end of this thing, Derek, as these drivers are trying to finish up, and they have a one more opportunity here. Can Steven Shue hold off one more time?
If I'm Steven Shue right now, I hope they wreck on the green flag so I can keep that lead. I know it's like not a very thought out win, and but I mean, he survived first 2 green white checkers, and to be honest, the number of cautions before that. But I bet you, if he was wearing a heart rate monitor, I would like to see what his heart rate is right now.
And it looks like Jeffrey Goodpasser will park it for the evening, as you see the out there on the timing tower right now, and some of the drivers are still down in the pits, getting some service, hopefully trying to, enhance their opportunities to get a better finish here. But we're all the way on lap 87 to 88. We're definitely in some overtime here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And again, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up, share with your friends and family, subscribe for any future content that CRN has to offer. We do anything from obviously we cover the Premium Stock Car Racing League, we cover Smoky Mountain, we cover UCRL. There's all kinds of core racing obviously in there as well. Plenty of racing. As the year comes to an end, everything's kind of slowed down a little bit, but everything towards the beginning of next year should pick back up, and we'll be back on fire again, probably upward towards the anything between 10 to 12 events going on throughout the week, as we have plenty of different broadcasters besides myself and Derek that cover these races here to share with everybody out there. So, but right now, Steven Shue wants to win. Can he hold off one more time here tonight at Daytona to grab this win here? And he's done a great job just running his race and just trying to stay out front.
Jimmy, that's going to be interesting to see that. Also, I think Fuji is the last special event of the season for asphalt stuff, if it's either road or oval stuff. And I know there's a couple dirt events, maybe the Snowball Derby or Chili Bowl is all on the special events for the winter, but we're not a big dirt kind of guys, so
I have no problem in broadcasting whatever series. I tell you what, if a series out there that wants to get me to make sure that I have 100% of the tracks would have to be dirt. I think out of the like 12 tracks that I'm missing, I think 9 of them are dirt.
Yeah, I was looking at my oval stuff, and I only need 3 cars. So, and I just bought one of them. So.
But right now, there is plenty of drivers out here just trying to have fun. This hobby is, it is a great thing to sit down and to enjoy and watch the drivers out here compete, and and occasionally get out there and do it ourselves, and to have the opportunity and the ability to share with everybody that's out there what we do, what the drivers like to do. Is just satisfying to me. So right now, the 85 looking to get a win here. I believe I'm going to go to the nose so we can check the lights of the pace car. But yep, the pace car lights are off. We're heading down to turn number 3 right now, and looking, trying to see if this 85 can pull away this win.
Yeah, well, now the question remains: everyone pitted 20 laps ago, 25 laps. Are they going to have enough fuel? Because it's been a long time since they've been to pit road. So I know we've had some cautions, but
yeah, pit lap here. last see, the one that's been out there the longest would be Danny White.
So Barney's arm's getting tired, but luckily he only has to wave that green flag one more time as Steven Shue hits that loud pedal with Jordan Tan pushing him going into down the front stretch. Danny White's on the outside. Ooh. They're going in turn 1, side by side. Matthew Wood's going to take it high. He's going to be left all alone. Jordan Hand's going to push Steven Shue out on the bottom. Is he just going to push and say, you know what, I'm going to leave it alone? No, he's not. He's going to leave Steven Shue. The 34 is going to come up. He's going to turn the 85. No.
The 85 goes around a 7, is shooting the gap. The caution flag is out. Oh, and still wrecking after the caution. How is this thing going to end? Right now, it has Jordan Hand out front with the 34 of Marcus Cunningham, the 2 of Forrest McMillan. This is it, Derek. This was the last green or white checker here. Now it's just all but official for these drivers to keep going in order to the official results, and there was a lot of stuff that just happened right there on that restart late in the race. So let's go ahead and see what kind of transpired towards the back here. Well, that's before that. I think it was before that. I want to see, there's some action that happened here in the front. Oh yeah, there they go. So this here is what I seen. God dang it. Of course. Trying to show everybody what happened here. And I seen it kind of off the side of the camera here. I seen it was Josh. Yeah, so Josh right here, giving the 25 a good push, and the 25 and the 79 tag just slightly. So Josh comes down to try to make it work, but the 25 bounces off the wall, gets down into the 24 in front of the 69. 69's gonna chase it down below the apron, stay out of the way. The 34 knows that things are happening, is down below that apron, tags the left rear of the 85. The 85 goes spinning. Everybody is trying to get back to the track because they know it's over. The 7 is going to shoot the gap between the 20 and the 79.
I'll be honest, my results on my page says Matthew Wood won the race, Jordan Kreider second, Josh Kreider third. I don't know if that's correct, but we'll have to check that out.
Wow, yeah, because there's a 16 and the 2 getting involved. Jordan Kreider and Josh Kreider still down there at the bottom, able to stay out of that one. But the caution is out at this point right now. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
I just feel bad for Steven Shue because he.
Yeah, so right now, as it looks right now, I have, let's see, for here, we are live, and the results for us, let's see, I'm going to show the race results, and see how they come up. I have, yeah, Matthew Wood. Let's see, let's empty this here. Show race results overall. I have Matthew Wood, Jordan Kreider, Josh Kreider, William Conley, Noah Blackwell, Nathan Williams, Marcus Cunningham, Forrest McMullen, Steven Shue, Danny White, Dylan Carrier, Nathan Brookover, Jordan Hand, Jeffrey Ledford, Jeffrey Goodpaster, Daniel McCoy, Timothy Poe, Jaden Porter, and then your last few people will be Farrell Robbins, Brian Underwood, and Bryant Lucas. So let's see, you could pull up a Discord over here and see who is down in the booth and who we're going to talk to, as I'm sure they're trying to figure it out as race control is waiting. So we'll just give them some time to figure out what was going on before we pull anybody down here and down into the booth, as I'm sure they're trying to figure out who is going there. And but yeah, the official results, what I have is Matthew Wood and then Jordan Kreider and Josh Kreider. So we will see what's going on here. Maybe if we don't get somebody come down shortly, maybe we'll pull, or maybe Josh can jump down here and let us know what's going on. Just Josh, if you can hear us or you're listening to us, you can just jump down in and let us know what's going on. It'd be well appreciated. But one heck of a race, a lot of events to unfold here. You know, playoffs are on the line. Money is like little money pools are on the line. Plenty of things going on here, and I'm sure they're diligently trying to figure out what things are here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, I guess, a little bit raw, as the results are still being figured out. And I see Josh just joined us up in their booth. Hey Josh, Jimmy and Derek up in the booth. I see you popped in, so you can give us a little heads up what's going on, buddy.
Yeah, we got race control over in the booth right now, trying to decipher. Obviously, this is an important deal with the cutoff race. But also, when iRacing through the caution, we're trying to decipher who's the leader, and what our finishing order is here. So if you just give us a minute here, I've got race control working on it, and we'll be right back. I'll give you an update in just a second.
Yeah, and you heard it there, ladies and gentlemen, from race control. They're going to try to figure it out, do the right thing, and figure out where everybody's position was. It's sometimes these electronic games, or electronic systems, obviously they can only, they're a bunch of numbers and pixels. But right now, I just bring up the raw data here. What iRacing is showing, and it does show Matthew Wood as the winner over Jordan Kreider, Josh Kreider, like I had up on SDK. But that might not be the case, as when the caution flag flown wherever anybody was on the track, and I believe they need to figure that out step by step. So we will let the league and the league admins do what they need to do, and we're just going to go ahead and I'll just take a very short break as we'll wait for Josh to get back to us. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got some good news for some of the drivers out there. And the winner for tonight's race will be Danny White in the 79 Jack Daniels machine. Then followed by second place will be Nathan Brookover. And then the number 20 of Jordan Hand will be your P number 3. We're waiting for the drivers to show up in the interview room so I can drag them down here and we can start the interview process. But it looks like right now Jordan Hand is down there, so we'll go ahead and pull down Jordan Hand. And we have the truck of Jordan Hand. It's Jimmy and Derek up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of events unfolding at the end of that race, making for a big old cluster, as we call it. But you come away tonight after admin's decision and when the last caution flew as P number 3. So give us a little bit on how your race was tonight, and I guess just kind of how things are going to be going forward, as you got some good points on Brian Underwood as you're in that fight for that championship spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's in that race, it went good for me overall. I just was trying to be patient and get all the points I could, honestly. The way I looked at it was just try to get as many points in that stage and then just relax in the later half of the race and just let everything unfold around me. But man, I don't know if I won the stage yet, so that'd be interesting. I feel like everything's just wild there at this race, the stage and the ending. I thought I won, so I guess it didn't. My teammates are a little upset right now. They're saying that it maintained pace back to the line, and the other two didn't, Brookover and White. But I don't know. I feel bad for Shu. I mean, it wouldn't even happen if he didn't get wrecked on the backstretch there, but I think it was Marcus. But I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, obviously, we got you up here in the booth right now, and if the admins, change their mind or make the decisions, that's what they're to do. And then a lot of times they're trying to make a quick call here, and maybe they'll go back and review it, and the results will change. But in any case, you still had a great race. You still found yourself up front, and hopefully, you get the points rewarded that you deserve. Whether it's last place or third place, like we're interviewing you for. But either way, you still had a great race, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
I appreciate it.
Yep. So that was our third place finisher, Jordan Hand, as of right now, and moving on till next week. But we're gonna bring in our second place finisher. Our second place finisher is going to be Nathan Brookover in the 7, as results from Josh Kreider. So just kind of running down what's happened, but Nathan, it's Jimmy and Derek up in the booth. You copy?
Yep. How's it going?
Not too bad. Hey, Derek, go ahead, take it away, bud.
Hey, Nathan, that was kind of a crazy finish. Tell us what you felt on the last lap, on how everything went down.
Yeah, once everybody started wrecking, I was like, well, just gotta try to stay clear. Maybe the leaders take each other out. Unfortunately, the caution came out about 5 seconds too soon. Otherwise, I feel like I would have cleared the other two, but hey, I'll take a second.
Second's better than last, and it was kind of a crazy event, with how the stage ended, how the race ended. Do you feel like you got the best out of the truck as you could with the finish, or do you think you could have made that move a little bit sooner?
No, I just think with how, I restarted 14th or something there on that last restart, so it's kind of already in the back, so I kind of was already dealt. Just did what I could there on that last restart with everybody wrecking and just took the run as I could.
Okay, well, is there anyone that you want to give a special thanks or a shout out to before we finish?
Not that I know of. I guess thanks, Josh, for sticking with me all this time.
All right. Well, everyone, that's our second place finisher, Nathan Brookover. He finished second tonight, and see you next week at Iowa.
Yep. Have a good night, boys.
Yeah, you too. All right, so we're just waiting for Danny to join the the chat here so we can get him in here. Just there he is. He's in the waiting room now. So we're gonna go ahead and bring Danny down into the broadcast booth. Danny, this is Derek and Jimmy up in the booth. Do you copy, buddy?
I got you, bud.
Hey, you had one of the craziest nights, I think, here for especially being a plate race at Daytona. Down to your green white checkers, and iRacing's not always accurate, because it's just it's a bunch of digital numbers and pixels when the decisions are made. But for as of right now, per your league admins, you are the winner here tonight for the Daytona 80. So tell us a little bit about your race and how it went for you. I mean, we've seen a lot of that 79 up front tonight.
Oh man, help was where you found it tonight, man. A lot of teams working together, and I was just trying to pick and choose where I was going. I ain't real sure if I won that race or not, to be honest with you. Got tied up with the 7. He kind of came out of nowhere that last lap. I was just trying to hang with everybody, but yeah, the help was where you found it, and just trying to stay up front and keep my truck clean.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you did pretty much all night. I mean, everybody is so competitive in this league, and a lot of great drivers, and it really came out tonight, and the urgency of winning and putting on a great finish. But we've seen that 79 Jack Daniels truck up front many a times, and it wasn't no different here tonight. And to come away the winner, a win's a win, whether it's by your admin's decision or by iRacing. But you take them as they come. And again, congratulations. And just want to from CRN say congratulations, you won at Daytona, man. And give you a little bit of time for any shout outs or thank yous that you might have.
Nah, I mean, I appreciate the league. Great, like you said, it's a very competitive league. I appreciate them letting me join them. It's been a fun season. It's a lot of learning curves, learning how to drive these trucks. But great group of guys. I've enjoyed running with them, and I'm excited. I'll take a win however I can get it. And I appreciate it.
I mean, that's you're the same way I would be, man. And so again, congratulations on your win here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you, in the next couple races as this season comes to an end. So we'll let you get out of here, go celebrate with your friends and family, and we'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate y'all.
All right, you too, Danny. And that was tonight's winner, Danny White in the 79 Jack Daniels truck. A lot of things go on with these races, and I'm not in the Discord chat right now. I don't have iRacing chat on right now, and it's for a reason. Nobody wants to hear what they're saying back and forth. I promise you that, until they calm down with the temperatures, because the adrenaline gets going and the competitiveness comes out in all drivers. But this race is like no other, as it was a great finish here at Daytona, even with the extra laps and finishing under a green-white checker. But the admins always do the right thing for the most part, and they make sure that the right person gets the win. So anyways, congratulations to the podium finishers here tonight. We look forward to moving on, and I can pull up the schedule here so you guys know where we're going to be. We're going to go to Homestead for round number 5 for 150 laps, and then we have one final race at Iowa. So 2 more races remaining with the Premium Stock Car Racing League, and then this season will be finished. Who will be the champion? Who will come out the winner? But I think, Derek, unless you have any final words, I think we're ready to move on to next week.
Yeah, Homestead is going to be fun. It's going to eat some tires, and it's definitely no Daytona. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone races. Typically those races go single file and stretched out. So no matter what series you're in, officials or a league, usually Homestead puts on a very good race for everyone. So excited for next week.
Definitely excited for next week, as like I said, this series is getting ready to wrap it up. But we're going to move on to next week, and we'll see you at Homestead. But for me and Derek, until next week, see you at the track.